Hi everyone, this is a flip through of my nature themed junk journal. Started out life as a pasta box. Decided to leave it on the window. I did reinforce it with a little bit stronger acetate. This has several die cuts. All the plants and flowers here are die cuts. A couple of birds, a little brass owl. The back has a tree created with texture paste, and this little tree on the front here also is created with texture paste, and the fruit actually is beads. We got the little MDF bird on the side here. So when you open it up, it's made mostly of junk envelopes. I have a few little charms here and there and chains that can be, they're attached up here so they can be moved around wherever. This envelope with used embossing plate on both sides of this piece here. This little envelope. This little design I drew, and I believe colored in with alcohol markers if I remember correctly. And the little raised looking places are actually beads on these also. Some papers. I want to tell you rather about this. If I can get focused in here, you can see the design on this paper. I actually printed this paper. I'm not going to get it focused. Anyway, I actually printed this paper. There's an old abandoned house nobody was lived in for many years, the property adjoining ours, and I took a picture of the old wallpaper, the pink with the big flowers. And this paper, I took that picture and manipulated it into kind of a kaleidoscope type. And like I said, it's really hard to see, but it's pretty neat. There's another piece similar to this in the back I'll tell you about when I get back there. I have a pocket open here and here. This particular signature is actually stitched. There's another piece of that wallpaper. And more of the embossed to try to tie them in together. And like I said, there's a pot. Okay. And I have a few blank pages for journaling or what have you. A little charm. And a little charm here with some beads. This envelope opens to the back here. As this one opens here also, and has another stitch signature. This is a piece of ephemera I found online, on a group online, that it's an old French, apparently correction, like a class, some kind of a school class correction, because there are red correction marks. And I don't understand French, so I'm not sure what it says, but anyway. This other side of this envelope, I left this open, but I put a piece of paper behind it. Die cuts. I actually scrap out of a die cut the pieces that you punch out, and most normal people would throw away, but not me. I keep them, a lot of them. More blank pages. A little stamp surprise every so often. This is this signature is made with a large envelope, and you can still see the stamp and a little bit of the postal. Yeah. And this die cut here, this is actually the die cut. It's cut out, used as a stencil, and then added to the bottom. Has a little ghost image over here also of it. Blank page. This little guy is an envelope that's doubled over. and open on this side also. Now here's the other piece of paper I was telling you about. This is the actual photo of the wallpaper. This is a photo of a rose that blooms just outside this house, an old rose bush. And I just thought that was just, looked just the same. I just love those together. The other side of the envelope, die cut, create flap. Die cuts. Some beaded thread here. Some more blank pages. Like I said, I threw a little stamp in ever so often. Another piece of the rose wallpaper. I tried to use patterns throughout that would tie together. Some sewing pattern paper, tissue paper. Envelope. Actually, I think most all the signatures are stitched in this book. I've done various ways, but this one I think are all stitched. This is open with the stamping inside. The flap with the die cut. And in the back cover here, I put just some cards, journaling spaces, washi tape here. The closure I made was, we have this chain, little feather and arrow charm and a ball on the end. I don't know if I can get that in close up or not. Yeah. Anyway, I have this pin type clip here that you can take off. Put this through this eyelet hole here. Put it however tight you need it. You know, if the book's full, then you could leave it looser, full, tighter. However, then take the pin back through the chain. And hopefully have a little more dexterity than I do these days. But it holds there as a closure. Okay? So, I hope you enjoyed it. It's one of those I truly enjoyed building, and making, and creating it. And thanks for watching. Hello. I'm sitting here on my front porch listening to my husband mow hay, and occasional cow moo and the dogs bark, birds, whatever. That's the country life for you, and that's why I love it. But I was looking at now, there's a hummingbird over my shoulder. You can hear him kind of humming. This journal, I did a previous flip through, showed all the pages. This is the video's called Nature Themed Journal. But I thought about a couple of things. I thought, first of all, lighting here might take a little more natural colored pictures than what we had in the other video that I did inside. And I believe it does. I had an idea that I would take a little pin that I used on the chain when I close it up. I think I'm going to add some little beads or something to that. I'll have that in my final pictures that I take. And one thing that I don't think I mentioned in the first journal, the first video, is that the signatures in this journal are both sewn in and glued in the binding. Let's see, I don't know that I can hold this and film it too. Yeah, most of the pocket section signatures that are made out of the envelopes are sewn in, and then some of the loose just pages are glued into a flap. But that's the two main things I think I wanted to show. See, this is an envelope signature that's stitched in. And there's 3, I believe. That's 2. Yeah, 3 stitched in signatures with some added on glued pages. So, if you want to see every page, like I said, I have a longer video that's a nature themed journal, and that will be on my channel also. Okay, thank you.